Hello everyone, welcome to the video tutorial on machine learning lab. So in the last machine learning lab video, I have uploaded a program on the third one, that is on ID3 algorithm to construct the decision tree. So which is your third lab program, and in the today's video I am going to explain you about the fourth program of our lab, that is based on artificial neural network. Okay, so we have to build an ANN artificial neural network by implementing a backpropagation algorithm and the test the same using the appropriate dataset. So this program is based on the backpropagation algorithm, where I have to build an artificial neural network. So ANN I have to build, and then I have to test it for appropriate dataset. Okay, so this is the aim of the experiment, and here we already know what is artificial neural network. So let us have some brief discussion over artificial neural network and what are the important things which are there in the artificial neural network. Okay, so coming back here, so we already know that artificial neural network is nothing but a set of neurons which contains n number of neurons and a output neuron also. So as you can see here, very important thing here in the activation function ANN is activation function. So what is this activation function? A neuron receives the input and multiplies with the weight connected to it, and finally the summation is called as activation function. Okay, so we have a neuron input neurons like this. Okay, 3 inputs, and we have some hidden nodes, and we have a output neuron. So all these are connected like this with each other. Okay, so here each of the edges will have some weights. We will assign some weight values. Okay, so here the input of this neuron multiplies with the weight will be the value for this hidden node, and for this hidden node, so it is connected to this neuron as well as this one. So we need to multiply the input of this one and this one along with the weight, and we will give it as a value for this hidden node, and finally this will be connected like this. Okay, and for this output node, what is the value? So it is the weight of this neuron and weight of the next neuron along with the input of these two neurons. Okay, that is connected with each other. So this is how the neural network works. Okay, artificial neural network works. So here, so we have n number of activation functions actually. So an activation function results with a single output. Okay, so everywhere when we apply activation function, the result is single output. As you can see here, so this is the output. Okay, and here this is the output layer. So we have here in this graph or in this image, we have 4 input neurons and 4 hidden layers. These two are the hidden layers and these two are the hidden layers, and this is the output neuron. Okay, here 4 inputs are there, 3 hidden nodes and 1 output node is there. Okay, each node we can consider it as a neuron. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Right, so we have many activation functions, so out of which we will study some of the activation functions over here which is used in our example. So the first activation function is linear function, where the function is given as f of x equal to x. That means whatever the value of x we will give, and that is the same value that we will get. For example, if I give the value of x as 6, then here also output we will get it as 6. Okay, this is a linear function and graph looks like this. Okay, as you can see here, for -2 input, the output is also -2. For the 4 input is +4, and we will get the output as +4 itself. Okay, so hence it is called as a linear function. So this is not practically possible here, because if we give input as -4, the output most of the time it will change, it will not give the same output. Okay, so practically most of the time we will not use this linear function as a activation function. Okay, so let us see which is the next function. So the next function is step or threshold function. Okay, the graph looks like this. Okay, so it is a kind of step. So as you can see here, so step function means, so at a proper input, the value reaches from 0 to 1. So earlier value will be 0. So at some particular point, the value changes from 0 to 1 directly. Okay, and it remains same and during that time. Okay, so this is a step activation function, and this is the linear threshold bound between 0 to 1. And please remember, the value of this step or threshold varies from 0 to 1. Earlier, initially the value will be 0 for some time. At a particular point of time, the value suddenly increases to 1, and then it remains same. Okay, then the next activation function that we are using is sigmoid function, and most of the time in the examples we are using this sigmoid function. Okay, so if you want your neural network to be predict the value correctly, most of the time we are using sigmoid function. Okay, so as you can see here, the most common feed forward networks where the output should be positive value. So whenever you want the output should be positive value, we are using sigmoid function, and the sigmoid function looks like a S kind of shape curve. Okay, so here it is not suddenly increase. Okay, as you can see here, it will not increase suddenly. So value by value, it will increase its points. So the previous value is here, it is -4. Like this, it increases till it reaches to 1. So here it is 0 when x is -4. Here it is 0, and here at -2 it is somewhat increasing. It is near to 0.15. So as you can see here, then like this, and it varies. So, and please remember, the value restricted here is to from 0 to 1 here. So as you can see here, 1, and this is the 0. Okay, so value of this sigmoid function varies from 0 to 1, and the sigmoid function will be given by the formula 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to -x. This is the formula for or applying for sigmoid function. Okay, so the next activation function is tangent function. Okay, so let us see that function. Okay, so the next function is hyperbolic tangent function. So it is same as that of sigmoid, but in the sigmoid it varies from 0 to 1, but here the tangent function varies from -1 to +1. Okay, so this is a difference, and this is a formula for applying the tangent function. E raised to x minus e raised to -x divided by e raised to x plus e raised to -x. Okay, so here it is your job is to decide which activation function you have to use to get the correct output. Okay, so you should know which activation function that I should apply in my neural network, so that we have to get the correct output for our problem. Okay, and how this ANN network will work, you already know. I have explained it in a theory class. So okay, so these are the steps. If you follow all these steps, okay, you come to know how this neural network works. And I have already explained this all steps in my theory class when I was explaining about the back propagation. So please kindly go through the theory video and watch it, so that it will be very easy to understand the neural network and how it will work. Okay, so let us go for our program. Okay, so this is the Python implementation of backpropagation algorithm. So here I am using a library function called as numpy, and I have renamed it as np. And here we have considered two array, one is x, one is y, and I have to consider the maximum size of the array. And the x-axis, it is initialized to 0, and y value is y divided by 100. That means I'll start from 0.0. And this is which function I am using here. Please concentrate which activation function I am using. I am using sigmoid function for my example, because I know that if I use sigmoid function, I'll get the positive value and I may get the correct result after this. Okay, so sigmoid function I have used, and I have already told what is the formula of sigmoid function. So it is 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to -x, and this expression I have written it in a language. Okay, Here epoch is nothing but the iteration. How many times I have to repeat the neural this weights, and how many times I have to change the weights, and I have to calculate the output. It is 7,000 times, because I have to get the accurate output, right? So to get the accurate output, we need to repeat the iterations, or we need to repeat the steps. So here the learning rate we have taken eta. So already I have discussed learning rate eta, which is nothing but a constant value. Here we have taken it as 0.25. You can also take it as 0.1. It is left to you, and it should be very small value. Okay, very small constant value. So please remember this. Okay, learning rate, that is eta. So here we have considered 2 input layer, 3 hidden layer, and 1 output layer. Okay, so the neural network looks like this. So 3 input layer, so 2 input layer, 3 hidden layers, and 1 output neuron. So it will be connected like this. Each of the these neurons are connected with each other, making it as a neural network. Okay, so this is the actually what is your neural network is, and it has it inputs value. So with assigned with some BIOS value also. So B1 and B2, the BIOS value is always equal to 1. So already I have explained this in your theory class. So you just go through it. So all these BIOS values are also connected with the hidden nodes. Each of this input will have some weights. So W1, W2, W3 like this. All this having some weights, and here W5, W6. Okay, and it goes up till the output rate. So what happens here is, it will take the input from this node and multiplies with the weight, and that becomes the value of the hidden node. So like this. So everywhere when it is connected, so it will take that input along with that weight and BIOS value, that becomes the value for the hidden node. And again hidden node will take that as the input, then again weight will be there, and that will be multiplied, and that becomes the value for your output. Okay, so it goes like this. So here, so I will remove it for the better representation. So this step is called as feed forward, okay, or forwarding. Okay, forward step. So we have 2 steps in this back propagation technique. One is forward step, another one is back propagation. You can also say it as forward propagation and back propagation. Okay, so here this step is a forward propagation, where we are taking input from the each node, multiply it with the weight, okay, and give it as the output of each input neuron will becomes the output of each of the this input neuron becomes the input for a hidden layer. Okay, so example, as I already told you. So if we have 2 input nodes, and this is hidden layer, so we will do like this. So here I1 will be the input, and here I2 will be the input. Each of this is having weight. So what is the input of this one? Input of this one is nothing but, it is I1 W1 plus I2 W2. So the output of this 2 becomes the input of this hidden layer. Okay, plus if you have BIOS value, that also you need to add it. So this is how we are doing the forward technique. Okay, feed forward. Is that clear? So as you can see, we are taking uniform random values for the weight. Okay, and then we are calculating by using sigmoid function. We are calculating the values here. Okay, as you can see. Then we will repeat it till we can get our epoch value, that is equal to 7,000. So 7,000 times the same thing will be repeated here. So we are adding BIOS value. Look at this input. Okay, so we are multiplying input with weight. We are adding BIOS value. We are applying sigmoid activation function. We got the output of one neuron. Okay, similarly for other also, and output of this one first layer becomes the input for the second hidden layer. Okay, so like this, and after that we will calculate the error output. Okay, so what is error output is nothing but, what is my actual I want target it as 0.99 or 99%, and now I got it as 0.80. Okay, so you subtract it, so you'll get it as 0.19. So that is nothing but 19% of error is there. Okay, so hence what we will do is, we don't want this. Okay, we want the error should be equal to 0%. So what we will do is, we will go back. Okay, from the output we will go back to the hidden layer. Okay, by changing the weight. Again from the hidden layer we will go back to the input layer by changing the weights. Okay, we will each of the time we will change the weight, and we will check how what is my error rate. Okay, till I get the error output as equal to 0, we gonna change the value of weights from the hidden from the output node to hidden node, and from the hidden node to input node. Okay, so how we are doing this? We are doing it by using partial derivatives. Already you know this. Okay, we will apply the partial derivatives in the back propagation techniques. So from here back propagation will start. Okay, so from output we will calculate the actually weight what we have to take, and from the output we will go back to hidden layer, and from the hidden layer we will again go back to the input layer. This is how we are changing the weights. Okay, so for more theory purpose, you can go for my video on back propagation, which I have uploaded already. Okay, so where you can learn about the back propagation technique. So this again will repeat up to 7,000 times. Okay, so that we can get the accurate result. So after that we are printing the actual output and the predicted output. The actual output is nothing but what output we have targeted, and predicted is nothing but what output we got now after calculation. Okay, for the input value. So if you can see here, so the result is, so this is the input what we have given, and this is the actual output. So 0.92, 0.86 and 0.89. So as you can see here, predicted. So here some error is there. So here there is no error, and here there is also no error, because the predicted value is correct. So you can change the epoch value to get the accurate result. So here epoch value I have taken it as 7,000. You can make it as 10,000 also, so that we can get the accurate result. So how many times it will iterate, that many times we will get, or that much accuracy we will get in the algorithm. Okay, so this is about the back propagation algorithm, fourth program in your lab. So please go through it. Please go through the theory also to understand the topic correctly. Okay, thank you.